The woman was shocked to discover that her villa had been taken over by an imposter. The imposter not only refused to admit it, but also continued to impersonate the CEO's wife and insult the woman. She even threatened the teacher to slander the woman's daughter, accusing her of stealing at school. When a sapphire necklace fell out of the daughter's bag, other parents immediately accused her of being a thief. At that moment, the woman remembered that her husband had indeed given her a sapphire necklace for her birthday. However, since she had received too many gifts, she couldn't recall it clearly. As her daughter denied stealing the imposter's necklace, the imposter demanded the woman kneel and apologize. Fearing for her daughter's safety, the woman had no choice but to admit fault. But the imposter was not satisfied and hinted for the other parents to slap the woman. Seeing this, the daughter felt heartbroken. However, the woman ignored the pain and asked her daughter why the sapphire necklace was in her bag. The daughter explained that the necklace had her mother's name engraved on it, so she put it in her bag. The woman suddenly recalled that her husband had indeed given her a sapphire necklace, which she had always kept in her dressing room, so she couldn't understand why it now belonged to the imposter. She then demanded that the imposter turn the necklace over to check for an engraving. The imposter claimed that the necklace was a top-tier piece of jewelry and couldn't possibly have an engraving. But when the teacher saw the woman's name engraved on the necklace, the imposter froze instantly, realizing that the necklace had been stolen by her chauffeur husband from the real CEO's wife. She couldn't understand why the woman's name was engraved on it. With the evidence in hand, the woman accused the imposter and the chauffeur of working together to steal her car keys and necklace. She questioned what kind of relationship they had. The imposter nervously denied knowing the chauffeur. Her son was about to say that the chauffeur was his father, but the imposter quickly covered his mouth. In front of everyone, the imposter declared that her husband was the CEO of the corporation, that the car and villa were in his name, and that the sapphire necklace had been stolen by the woman's daughter, who then had her name engraved on it. Hearing this, the other parents once again condemned the woman, claiming that engraving on such an expensive necklace had ruined it. The imposter sneered that the woman could never afford such a necklace in her lifetime. Since she liked it so much, the imposter mockingly offered to give it to her. As the woman reached out to take it, the imposter deliberately dropped the necklace on the ground. The woman, though not particularly fond of the necklace, cherished it as a gift from her husband. As she bent down to pick it up, the imposter stepped on her hand. The imposter mocked that her husband was just a poor worker, and even if she discarded the necklace, she would never give it to her. Seeing her mother's injured hand, the daughter was heartbroken. She immediately took out her smartwatch to call her father. The imposter signaled her son to knock the watch to the ground. The crowd laughed, saying that even if her father came, he was just a low-level employee and could do nothing. Meanwhile, the CEO, hearing his wife and daughter being bullied over the phone, immediately ordered his assistant to drive to the suburban villa. A parent, trying to curry favor with the imposter, attempted to drive the woman out. However, the woman pushed him, causing him to crash into a vase behind him. Seizing the opportunity, the imposter accused the woman of destroying her CEO husband's property. The woman didn't care who the imposter's husband was, but she declared that if the CEO dared to cheat, she would make sure he left with nothing. She then announced that she was the real CEO's wife. Everyone was stunned, but no one believed her. Instead, they assumed she was the CEO's mistress and slapped her hard. Just as the imposter was about to insult the woman's daughter, the woman retaliated by slapping her 3 times. She warned the imposter never to insult